Arthur Miller and the American Dream. Arthur Miller, one of the most important and influential playwrights of the mid to late 20th century, continually tackled themes and issues central to the American psyche and the American dream. He put a spotlight directly on the ethical puzzles posed by the post World War II era of industrialization, political upheaval, and changing cultural mores. Like his contemporary, Tennessee Williams, Miller strove to reveal the dark side of the ambitious, sprawling, and often ruthless American society he observed. He achieved his vision through characters that his audiences had thought they knew well, but they didn't know them quite as Miller portrayed them. Growing up in New York as a child, Miller experienced both extremes of the economic divide. His father, an illiterate immigrant from Poland, became a wealthy proprietor of a large women's clothing store until the family's prosperity ended with the stock market crash of 1929. The Millers lost virtually everything and moved from Manhattan to Gravesend, Brooklyn. As a teenager, Miller delivered bread to help his family and work at various other low-wage jobs to pay for his college tuition. This downward mobility exposed Miller at a young age to a negative side of the American dream, its economic system, and this understanding would guide both his plays and his politics in years to come. In fact, when he was in his 30s, Miller joined the Communist Party, although he later resigned from it. His most famous work, Death of a Salesman, is a modern tragedy centered on an aging salesman named Willie Loman. Confronted with a fading future, financial setback, and disappointment in his sons and himself, he begins to succumb to the pressures. Unable to reconcile his dreams with the harsh reality of living in reduced circumstances, he commits suicide so that his family can inherit $20,000 in insurance money. In Salesman, Miller took the model of Greek tragedy, but he centered the play not on a king or exalted figure, but on a humble figure modern society perceived as disposable. It stands as a potent indictment of the American business ethic and a poignant elegy to those disenfranchised by the American dream. Miller himself stated, "The American dream is the largely unacknowledged screen in front of which all American writing plays itself out. Whoever is writing in the United States is using the American dream as an ironical pole of his story."